Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. And today we have our Week 6 match, of course, SADL Season 2 Legacy Division, Week 6 match against Kesta, coach of the Toronto Tyrantrums, one of our newer coaches for the Legacy Division, um, along with Scorpithan. So playing both of them this season, I don't want to say fairly early. We are halfway done with the season. It's kind of funny how fast I feel like it's moving pretty fast, but also not at the same time because I know we still have a lot of weeks left to go or weeks left to play. One more weeks in the regular season after this week, plus 3 weeks for our playoffs. But either way, it's kind of moving pretty fast. So I'm going to get down into our breakdown like we do all the every week, looking at the team I'm bringing as well as how it matches up into my opponent's team. So Kessa's team's on the right, obviously. Team I'm bringing today, I'm bringing Choice Specs Iron Valiant. The reason why I went with a spec set mainly was just because I knew that a booster set was not going to do a whole lot this week, mainly because of the scissor right there being faster. I mean, having the bullet punch, super effective bullet punch on Iron Valiant. Deoxys speed being able to be kind of tanky, and you probably be able to revenge kill very easily with a psychic move. So I knew that I just didn't want to bring like a sweeping Iron Valiant set. I knew that'd be pretty hard. So I thought Specs was really nice. I think it fits very well into Kesta's team. The Moonblast switch-ins are not the best. Mainly Scissor and Delphox are kind of the big ones. It's very easy to spam Moonblast. Aura Sphere is there. Aura Sphere is just there mainly to deal super effective damage. Something like Scissor if we want to hard predict the switch. Um, it's like the main reason it exists. Uh, Shadow Ball mainly for damage. Do a little bit bigger damage to the Oxa speed in the case that we can either predict the switch in, or we're in a position where it just doesn't have Psychic move or something like that. We can hit it pretty hard with the Shadow Ball. Also hits Delphox hard because it resists both of our stabs. So pre-Terra Delphox, we can hit hard with the Shadow Ball. And then we have Vacuum Wave, mainly just to help revenge kill some of the faster threats that might set up on Kesta's team, such as Quack. Be able to out prioritize Scissor to revenge kill it if we need to. Looks like my showdown has disconnected. Put my team back up. It's an unfortunate happening. But yeah, just a set that's just going to punch holes in my opponent's team. We are faster than I believe Hisuian Zoroark, which is like the next fastest thing, I guess, to us. The mon that's basically right below us in the speed tiers. Put a little bit in the special defense just in case we can live an attack here or there. It would be really nice to have that. So just a little extra bulk, although it's not much. And then obviously, like I said, choice specs. No terrain, no boost energy this week. Next Pokemon is going to be our Mega Scissor. We have a especially defensive set here. And the big reason this is just our main Deoxys speed check, as well as allowing us to check Hisuian Zoroark and Thundurus a little bit, due to the fact that their coverage isn't the greatest. Hisuian Zoroark pretty much needs Flamethrower to hit us, which obviously has. Like I said, fully special defensive, mainly. We're checking that Deoxys speed. Can also help with something like Diancie as well. Bullet Punch helps revenge kill things like Deoxys speed. Hisuian Zoroark does big damage to Diancie since it can't Terra. Can revenge kill like a Terra Delphox or a weakened Delphox. U-turn there just for the pivot momentum. This Pokemon's going to be probably going to be forcing some switches. So we want to be able to U-turn. Does big damage to Deoxys speed. Chip down Overquill a little bit. We'll do solid damage to Delphox even before it tears. And then dual wing beat in the last slot. This is mainly just to get big damage off on stuff that resists bullet punch or U-turn. So something like Quack, which resists both, is weak to dual wing beat. Scissor is neutral, but the thing instead of running dual wing beat over close combat, big reason for that is we don't have to worry about weakening our defenses, so we can't we can stay in after we dual wing beat something. So deal big damage to Scissor. Stuff like that. Don't have anything to really touch Thundurus, which kind of sucks. Our last slot we have Roost. I want to say one cool thing about this when I was looking at this team, when I was looking at my team, when I was coming up with something, very interesting thing about Mega Scissor. This is how really crazy this mon is in general. We're running just a simple max for the most part, just max two stats, and we have four stats over 300, which is crazy. Like for a mod to have that capability is just really nuts. Um, I'm not saying there aren't other mods that do this, but I thought that was kind of crazy because you're not going to find a lot of mods that can do this. Have three stats have four stats at 300 with just running a simple max. Um, Also, another interesting thing, I was running some calcs because Deoxys speed. I was like, I want to make sure this is a good check to Deoxys speed. Adamant Life Orb with Deoxys speed Fire Punch does not OHKO Mega Scissor. This set just max HP, no defense investment from full HP. So this is always a good lead into the Deoxys as well as just a good switch into the Deoxys because it would have to run a fully a really a very hard counter set, and it's a good chance that Fire Punch doesn't even come because of that damage. So it really had to be super invested to be super effective or be effective at countering Mega Scissor, especially in a one-on-one situation. Next up, we have our Rotom Heat. We're running a specially defensive set with enough speed to creep Adamant Scissor, so that way we can reliably switch into it and not take big damage or something like knockoff or close combat. Overheat, obviously, there for the big super effective damage. This is also helps with Delphox, Hisuian, Zoroark, and Thunder. So my opponent has a lot of very high powers special attackers. So being able to have another sponge for them, especially one that's not weak to fire, actually resist it is really good. It also resists Thunderous's moves. So yeah, the big overheat, Volt Switch for some initiative. Have Will-O-Wisp just to cripple like Quaquaval or Scissor on the off chance. Also do a little bit of Chip to Thunderous. This was originally Toxic, but I decided to go Will-O-Wisp. I feel like it's going to get more value in this match. And then our last slot, we have Defog. Just for some hazard clear. Spikes, I don't want Spikes to be big into our team. Um, we're not running boots. We're going leftovers here. The main reason for it is because we levitate above spikes, obviously. So the main thing is rocks, which do a bunch of damage. My opponent does not have the greatest rockers. His best hazard setters are Deoxys Speed and Overquill, which both only have spikes. We could see Diancie with rocks, maybe even see Sandaconda, but I highly doubt those two will come. They don't have the best matchups into most of my team. So I'm not really scared about rocks. So I was kind of felt free to run leftovers on the Rotom Heat, just so we can kind of recover. And just have that steady recovery with having to rely on something like Pain Split. Next up is our Glamora, rocking an Expert Belt set. Our Hazard Setter with Stealth Rocks here. Toxic Debris as well. Maybe that can come into play at some point. Obviously, my opponent does have Overquill, so it's not like Toxic Spikes are staying up very long if he brings Overquill. Power Gym, standard stab, hits Thunder Stereo really hard. Pokemon that we kind of Glamora does pretty well into. Thunder Stereo doesn't really have tools to kill it very easily. Has to run like Psychic. Um, can also just chip down other mons that we might need to. Just difficult for my opponent to switch in. Doesn't have a lot of great rock resist. Main one being Quack, or maybe a Sandaconda. We have Energy Ball. This is mainly because this Pokemon is going to be a bit of an offensive check to Quack. Energy Ball Expert Belt does a lot of damage to Quack, and we are 1 point faster than it. Big damage to Sandaconda as well. And then Earth Power in the last slot. This is also big damage to Overquill. I believe it OHKOs like offensive Overquill, and of course we are faster than it. So that's sort of what this Pokemon is going to be doing. Because big damage to things like Diancie, Delphox, Pre-Terra, or if it tears into something that's weak to Earth Power but not weak to Power Gym, so like Terra, maybe like random Terra Steel or something. Um, Pretty kind of a catch-all set. I think it's going to put a lot of pressure on my opponent's team. Thought about running it Scarf, but I like the damage Expert Belt does, and also I want to be able to get my rocks up, so we're going to run that. Next up, we have our Primarina. This is our premier Quaquaval check. Quaquaval is a very dangerous Pokemon for us to deal with. Does a lot of damage, has good coverage. So running max physically defensive because it's hard. Quaquaval can't really do much against us besides like run Brave Bird. Leftovers. Torn is our ability just because we're not running a sound move to exploit Liquid Voice. Scald, tough for my opponent to switch into. Switching is Scissor, trying to eat a fairy type move, gets hit with a Scald. Switches in something else, you're going to get hit with a Scald. Draining Kiss there just so we can heal ourselves up because we are running a Calm Mind substitute set. really and truthfully, we're just trying to get in front of things that don't want to be in front of Primarina, and then just try to sub and calm mind up with our really good bulk. He does have good Pokemon that can break Prim. Overquill and Thundurus really and truthfully are very scary for us, but we have ways to kind of neutralize them. And I don't expect Prim to be sitting there tanking them. And not to mention, with that sub up, Prim is a major threat to them. So our next Pokemon, and if you can, if you look at the move pool and kind of see what we're cooking, that is going to be Calum our Altaria, rocking the heavy duty boots with the natural cure. Mainly just because Cloud9 is going to do anything this match, unless we see some random weather come out. But either way, heavy duty boots here with a natural cure. Terra Poison Altaria. And this is sort of going to be a big stopgap because Altaria defensively is pretty good into mainly some of like a lot of his big physical attackers, Quack, Scissor, Overquill, um, pretty good into it. Terra Poison allowing it to eat over, not get toxic, resist Overquill's poison moves, resist Quack's fighting moves, as well as naturally resisting its water moves. Terra out of the ice, potential ice spinner. And we are running a Perish trap set here with Fire Spin and Perish Song. Basically, try to get in on something, Fire Spin at Perish Song, Haze so they can't set up on us while we have them trapped, and then Roost, of course, for some recovery. Rocking the boots just so we don't take rocks. If rocks do come, we're not having to take. We don't have two rock weak Pokemon having to switch in to take rock damage, as well as dodging any spike damage once we Terra. So yeah, the Mons we're bringing a very bulky defensive team. Not have a lot of offensive pressure. Most of our offense is coming out of Valiant. But and I know Kessa's draft is very, very offensive. Quack, Scissor, um, you know, good versatility. Obviously, they have a very versatile draft. But they have a lot more offensive pressure. And so I fear that they're going to bring a lot of those offensive mods. That's my biggest problem. Is if they bring the Oxus Speed Quack Scissor. Honestly, if they bring their top 5-ish with maybe Delphox, which is another Pokemon I actually don't really do well against, depending on its Terra type. It's going to be hard for me to deal with just offensively because they're just going to be able to kind of come in and trade stuff. So running a very defensive team, we're trying to pivot in, we're trying to neuter my opponent and then um, get an Iron Valiant, deal big damage, and just slowly wear my opponent down is basically the plan. So that's a set. This is the team we're bringing. I will see you guys in the match. Alrighty, so we're in the match, and basically, yeah, Kesta bought what I thought was going to be brought. Um, Pretty much the 6 mons I thought were coming. The only mon that I thought could come that did not come was, of course, the Hisuian Zoroark. Makes my lead matchup really easy because I feel like leading, because this is Terra Fire Delphox, so I feel like leading Scissor is just a very, very strong lead into my opponent's team. It's actually what I'm going to lead. We see the Quack comes out first. I'm actually just going to throw off with the Wing Beat. If he wants to stay in and try to set up or just get chipped, that's cool. Dual Wing Beat's going to hit something hard. I kind of... U-turn for momentum is really good. U-turn for momentum is really good. Nah, we're just gonna do Wing Beat. It limits his options what he can go into. Yep, that's exactly why. Getting rid of this early is huge. Cool. So Quack down early. We are limiting our checks to this thing, but something tells me that was bad. It does a lot of damage. We're limiting our checks to Deoxys Speed. We had a game earlier where Deoxys Speed went absolutely crazy. So I know that the damage that Pokemon can inflict. This is just going to be an easy switch into our Rotom Heat. Fish out what set this Delphox is. Try to see if it's Calm Mind. If it's Calm Mind, that's the worst possible set for us, actually. Yeah, like Calm Mind Thunderbolt would be like disgusting for us to have to deal with. Huh. Whew. Potential Demon Mon out here. We're gonna go Rotom Heat though. Mm, I don't know. Is Primarina a better play? I actually, Primarina is a better play because we don't have to worry about Quack anymore. Actually, so yeah, yep. And we're Fizz Def too. We always threaten this. I'm just gonna Scald here for free. It hits everything. No point in trying to like sub and just take damage from something unnecessarily. Free Scald, we eat that Psyshock up because we are physically defensive. So yeah. If we see a Thunderbolt or something come out, that's cool. I'm fine taking chip on Primarina because we don't need to check Quack. Um, I said this like in the I know in the pregame too, or like in my team breakdown. Like there's a lot of offensive pressure on Kesta's team, so we want to limit that as much as possible. Eliminating that Quack early was part of that. So I'm glad I dual wing beat it there when I did. Get rid of it early. You know, be limited as its nuisance. I'm curious if that might be specs damage. Let me just calc that real quick just to see if I can see what item this is. I did remember, I actually did this last night. I did remember to put my teams into the calculator. So they are all here. I think should be fully updated. We'll do Delphox. Um, Psyshock did Big Scald onto Deoxys. Um, hmm, this could have Thunderbolt. Um, I kind of want to keep this around because it is going to check that Delphox very well. How much did Psyshock do? Did 28%? That's like actually the most min roll possible if it's just regular invested. Okay. I don't know. We could see a Psycho boost come out here. I'm gonna pivot Euro. I kind of don't want to do this just because of how well it checks some of my opponent's other special mons. Oh, okay. I just defog for free. It screens the Oxus. It's not a threat, or it's less of a threat. Yeah, we're just gonna defog here. Yep, get rid of everything. Um, and then try to volt switch here. We see the Psycho boost, the kind of a panic Psycho boost, I guess. Um, I kind of want to go Vermiculus here and Roost. Keep this healthy. Yeah, that Psycho boost did nothing because we're fully specially defensive. Um, defog there, clutch. Yep, Roost there. Keep us nice and healthy, like I said. And then we're going back into Primarina. Um, if he doubles on this, great play. Um, obviously, nothing I can do about that. It's just a good play by them. Trying to check my laptop battery. Okay, we're good. We're good on battery. So yeah, just a free prim switch. To be honest, if he doubles on it, like I said, that's fine. I'm fine letting something go. Prim go down or just pivoting around out of that. Obviously, we have a great pivot game here, so you know, just deal with that how we can. Yep. So we see the Thunder Styrian pivot. That's nice. Actually, just gives us a little bit of HP. Nice double there. Obviously, I'm kind of curious to see what this Thunderous is. Um, the potential for dual dance. Trying to think what the best play here is. I'm just gonna go Rotom actually. So we do see his rocks on the Deoxys. I completely forgot that Deoxys actually gets rocks. We see it as nasty plot, which is pretty gross. We're just gonna try to overheat here for big damage. I don't know. I don't know if like Psychic or Sludge Wave can kill me. Um, so we're just gonna try to get as much damage as possible. I honestly thought about just staying in and chipping the Thunderous and kind of get throwing away Primarina. that Psycho Boost chip earlier definitely sucked because being in full health in front of this is where we want to be. We know it's not AV, obviously, because we saw a nasty pot. AV Thunderous is pretty nasty mon. Comes in, eats a lot of hits deceptively, and does big damage back. So yeah, we're just gonna overheat kind of for free, deal big damage to something. This thing, yeah, this thing being the way it is kind of disgusting because I don't have the best checks for it. Um, Thunderbolt does a lot of damage. Overheat does more. That's really good. I think we're just gonna let this go down. It does suck we're losing one of our better Delphox checks. But I easily get a revenge kill with Imperium, which is kind of the name of the game. So just click Will-O-Wisp. Hey, Thunderbolts again, that's fine. 331 speed. Yep, we're always faster. We know it's not Scarf. We know it's not AV. So we just click uh, the simple Moon Blast here and try to pick up a kill on something coming in. Part of me actually, let me calc this real quick. Um, Iron Valiant. Uh, just do regular Thunderous. Therian. Could be some bulk. Aura Spear can do. It's not worth the roll. Just click Moonblast here. Shadow Ball would kill and would kind of do big damage to something else. We just click Moonblast here. And don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to read anything. We have decent checks to most of my opponent's Pokemon. Just click the Moonblast here. We're faster. Yep. Like I said, no need to complicate that. Big threat gone. So I'm pretty confident in our ability to check most of my opponent's remaining threats. Losing Rotom kind of sucks. It's really great for Scissor. But the rest of my opponent's Pokemon are not. Also, yeah, not being able to clear rocks, which actually it was the only Rock Week Pokemon we had, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. We see this Mon come out, which means he can set up screens, unfortunately. Um, hmm. Is it faster? It has to be faster than me, right? We're just gonna over Miculus. Um, actually, or do we go? If it's rocks dual screens. Could be a free. Actually, no. We just go. I'm trying to think. Trying to like really play chess here. So if we go Vermiculus and it sets up screens, we get a pretty free U-turn, which could give us Caleb, which does really well into both of these Pokemon. But I'm also trying to see if there's a potential Primarina angle we can take, where we can also set up with that. But I think Vermiculus is by far the safest play. Um, Knowing that he doesn't have anything, we just get a slow pivot here into Caleb, into our Altaria. See the Psycho Boost go up, perfectly fine. Um, yep, there we go. Um, hmm. Glamora is kind of free too, but Glamora does better if just one on one with this. I think we go Calum. I think Calum's our best mon here. See what the response is because the Delphox gives us a free Primarina. Either one of these two come out, I'm just killing them. Hopefully, we can kill them. Yeah, screens was scary. Screens hyper offense. I mean, it was a possibility that it could come, and that's why I made this team super bulky. You know, I mean, to be fair, we needed some moves to hit. We couldn't afford to miss an overheat. We couldn't afford to miss that dual wing B. We would have been in a tough position. Um, so probably roosting there might have been a slightly better turn. Roosting on the potential psycho boost, and then just U turning afterwards, knowing that I got the same. Basically, would give me the same results with more HP. But also not letting them get up light screen is pretty nice, just because of how potentially dangerous Delphox is. Mm. Do I want to? No, my placers always go prim. Yeah, players always go prim. Um, not risk it. I don't think this is specs, so we just get a free scald here. I guess it doesn't have coverage. Is it scarf? Oh, I think it's scarf. Wow, and we kill. We kill straight up with scald. That's crazy. Um, we see the scissor come out. I think we just scald here for burns, honestly. We can't let it. I don't want to give it a free chance to set up potentially. Um, Scald killing was kind of crazy. I mean, I know Delphox isn't like not the tankiest Pokemon, but it has like 100 and something Spadef. Oh, it has 100 exactly. Okay. Still though, uninvested Scald killing, pretty nutty. Yep. So we're just gonna Scald the Scissor. If he wants to try to Swords Dance here, it's not the end of the world. I obviously have my own Scissor there. We're gonna Scald, fish for the burn. Good thing we went Scald. That was like, I completely forgot Primarina gets Scald in that Dex. It got removed in Gen 9. So we do see the Swords Dance, pretty scary, but no burn. No burn actually sucks a lot. We're gonna Scald again though. Blood Punch does kill. We see it is Life Orb. Oof. Okay, that's kind of scary, not gonna lie. Um what is whew, without our oof, this is a scary mon. This is a scary mon. Hmm. We got to figure out how we have to navigate this so we don't lose. Go scissor. Oh no, this does not look good. What's the? Okay, so it never kills. Um. Okay, so we go Caleb and click Fire Spin. Do we Terra Poison? Doesn't matter. Does he have a move he can go for that Terra Poison? No. We click Fire Spin. Is Perish Song the better play? No, it doesn't matter. No, it really actually doesn't matter, because if it takes him 2 kills to kill us anyways, then he's chipping himself down so much to where it doesn't matter. Um, so, and if he switches here, then we get out net positive. Actually, you know what is Haze maybe a better play? What does Haze give me? I mean, this thing has to like destroy. Like it has to destroy Iron Valiant, right? Like there's no way. Well, actually, oh wait, what am I thinking, bro? I completely forgot I put. Okay, never mind. I'm worried about this for no reason. I completely forgot I put what you call it on Iron Valiant. I have vacuum wave. Was panicking for no reason. I have more than enough ways to beat the scissor at this moment. Um, yeah, I probably even let me cancel real quick just in case. Um, Valiant. I mean, vacuum wave. Yeah, basically, if I vacuum wave it, I just kill it. If it's even let's say if it's 120 HP, if it doesn't have any HP investment, I just kill it. Bullet punch does kill me though without +2. So yeah, just quick fire spin here. Yep, we land. Scissor did not go for bullet punch. Oh, it was dual wing beat. Ah, ah, ah. So yeah, GG there. Just quick perish song on the way out. If it tries to set up, see the bar barrage come out. Um, yep. And then we just go Glim, and we click Earth Power. And this should either kill it or kill it next turn for sure. It reveals its Aqua Jet Overquill. Interesting tech. So we get the victory. A nice 3-0. Yeah, I mean, worked out. Pretty much kind of drew it up and it worked out, right? We had everything, check everything. We had the dual wing beat there for the quack. We had the Caleb. I think it's pretty interesting how much faster I was than some of their Pokemon, to be honest. Like Altaria being faster than both of those Pokemon was pretty crazy. Even I know it had some speed investment. Did it? Did it have speed investment? It definitely did. What did I? But what was I investing for? Was it? It was something. Had to been something like min speed. Oh wait, no, I was invested to be faster than Adamant Scissor, anyways. Sacrificing on my bulk to do that. So yeah, um, kind of how it was drawn up to be. Basically, that's how we played it. Saving my replay right there. Yeah, so we move on. Week 6 is a victory. We are now 5-1 on the season. Our differential could be a little bit better. Taking that 6-0, like I said, that 6-0 is going to hurt me a lot. Not just because obviously, oh yeah, it sucks to get 6-0, but taking that 6-0, it kills my differential because, if that match is a 2-0 or a 3-0, a 4-0, I'm looking at like a plus 13, plus 14 differential. I think after this week's we're plus 8. That puts me much better graces when it comes down to it. Towards the end of the season, getting a higher seed. Now that seeding matters the most. I think I don't want to say I'm guaranteed playoffs because I'm not. Obviously, I could easily just shit the bed for lack of a better term. But we're in a good spot to kind of continue into the playoffs. Shout out Kesta. This was a tough week. Kesta's a really good team. I think I've said this before. Kesta, in my opinion, has the best team um, in the draft league. And it took them a while to kind of get off their feet. They had a bad week 1 with some bad misplays, had a forfeit week 2, and then they got on a little steamboat, knocked out Jake, who's phenomenal this season. So I think we're going to see them in the playoffs for sure. Either way, though, GG's to Kesta. Shout out to all my coaches. Love you guys. We will be having we'll try to do our watch parties. Unfortunately, we have 2 matches happening tomorrow, which kind of sucks. I got, stuff happens. The week catches up with people. Try to get your, matches planned out beforehand so that way we don't run into these issues as much because it does suck when, like, I want to do stuff earlier in the week and then I have to wait for, like, games to be played on Monday. So the earliest I can do, like, game reviews and stuff is on Tuesday. Either way, that's just my personal scheduling issues. If you have to play a match on Monday, let it be. It happens. I had I don't think I played a match on Monday yet this year. This season, should I say? I know last season I did, but anyways, it happens. Either way, so we're going to try to do our regular watch parties, and then we are going to try to do a season review. I tried to do one for the mid season, but last week just kind of like just blew up on me. It's crazy busy. So this week, hopefully, we'll do our week 6 season review where we're going to talk about playoffs, see if anybody's been eliminated, what's the possible ways for everybody to get in. And we're probably going to try to do that every week from here on out until the playoffs. So either way, GG's to Kessa again. Like I said, I'll see you guys in that next video.